Yo, what's going on, guys? This is your boy HABA, Nick, or not HABA, and I'm bringing you a brand new video here today. And in this one, I was just now eating lunch and I started hearing this melody in my head. So I thought, I gotta come lay this down. So that's what we're doing. Yeah, not much else to say. We're just gonna hop right in. So I've got the LA custom grand piano pulled up here, and I'm just gonna hop on the piano roll while this idea is still in my head and try to lay it down. Bum, 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 bum. All right, so I just got to stretch out these chords really quick, and this is essentially the melody I was hearing in my head. So I'm actually really happy that I was able to put it down, and I don't think that took too much time. So yeah, let me just stretch out these notes and let's listen to it. So now that I have this, and I'm really happy with that, I'm gonna take all my bottom notes here, and we're just gonna highlight them and then duplicate them by holding shift and dragging on them, and then holding control and pressing down on the arrow key, and I'm gonna do that twice to really make these chords more full. So yeah, I really like that. I know it's nothing crazy, but I really like the bounce and the rhythm to it, so I'm just gonna keep rolling with it. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna press Alt R to randomize my velocities here. And now I'm gonna duplicate this over so it's an 8-bar melody, and I'm gonna take all my middle notes of these chords and I'm gonna throw them up an octave. So I essentially threw my whole melody up an octave, other than my chords, and I think it sounds really, really good like that. So another thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna highlight all my chords without that middle note. And we're just gonna press Alt S, and that's just gonna strummize them a touch. You can adjust your settings here however you like. Just make sure you keep preserve end on. But yeah, so that's gonna make it sound like this. So I think that sounds really good. So now that I have this, I'm actually gonna come in here and I'm gonna just mess with the chords, try and make them a little bit more full, because we have this big area here, and I think it might sound good if I throw some notes in there. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab the middle notes. And all this is doing is basically, I believe it's called an inversion of the chord. And I'm gonna also duplicate my top notes and throw them down an octave. So yeah, I really like how that sounds, so I'm gonna duplicate it over to the other side. But first, I'm just gonna adjust some of these velocities, because that D sharp was hitting a little harsh. And then the last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna highlight all these lower notes I just added, and I'm gonna lower their velocities a touch, so it's not super, it's more of a feel thing, it's not like an impact thing. I'm gonna add this little touch here. Really not a lot, not super noticeable, but I think it sounds cool. So now that we have our piano done, I'm gonna look for just kind of like accent sounds to add to it. Nothing too overwhelming, just nice things to complement it. Because this piano right now sounds extremely full, so it doesn't need a whole lot. So I'm gonna see if these keys sound good if I just do my chords with them. No, I think it's way too spacey for me. But this pad is more of a texture, and I think it sounds really good. Add it in there. So I'm gonna add that. So I added in this little key from Nick Mira's Medusa Bank. It's the bunt, and I just added these little notes here. I think they sound really good, complement the melody. I think now I'm just gonna kind of look for a texture thing. Maybe a one shot will do it. So I'm gonna grab this Interstellar Ambience, and I'm gonna see if I like how it sounds. Yeah, so I like it. I'm just gonna add a couple effects here, mainly an EQ to EQ out the lows. And then also a reverb. And now I'm gonna add some effects to my piano as well. I'm gonna add RC20. And I'm gonna look for the, where is it? The sad piano. I'm gonna turn off the noise. And then I'm also gonna grab a Valhalla Vintage Verb and just turn down this knob here. Because I've done this combo before and I know it sounds good. And I really like the feel that's giving. So I like how this sounds, so I'm gonna throw it onto the playlist here, and I'm gonna start adding drums. I'm gonna start with a nice clap. Now I'm gonna grab this Roses hi-hat. Yeah, I think that combo sounds really good. So now I'm gonna grab an 808. Gotta go with the spins on this one. It never fails. Do cut self. Turn down the volume because I know it's boosted. So now all I do here is come down to my root notes and then just copy these over, and I know it's gonna sound good because it'll be in key and in tune with the melody. So I'm gonna go with this for 808 pattern. I think it sounds clean. And I'm actually gonna come in here and we're gonna pitch down our melody 4 semitones. So I think that sounds really good. So now that I got my 808, I'm gonna go into my hi-hats, just kind of play around with these, add some more bounce. So I think that sounds cool. It's not doing a lot, but adds a nice little bounce to it, a little different flavor. I like this snare. I think that fits well. I like this rim for some extra bounce, gonna duplicate it over. Now I'm gonna grab an open hat. I think that sounds good. So now last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab a kick, just do the rack kick, and I'm just gonna emphasize these notes. And now I'm just gonna mix these all out and then lay out the beat. So I got the beat laid out. I'm just gonna throw my master on here, and it's just a Fruity Parametric EQ1 and a Fruity Soft Clipper with the default settings. So now I'm just gonna lay out this bad boy. All right, so I got this beat all laid out here. I'm gonna play it and kind of explain it as I go. So the intro here, it just has the piano melody and then this interstellar ambience, and then I have a riser into the hook. First 8 of the hook, all my drum sounds are here. And I also brought in my pad, and I added these little cuts in the hat, just little gaps, you know, just little ear candy stuff like that. And then the second 8 of the hook, everything's there except the open hat and the kick. And I also bring in that keys counter melody, and then it drops into the verse here. And I added a break to kind of build tension and to signal that it's the verse. And then the second 8 of the verse, I went into the piano melody and I made it unique, and it's just our chords. So it kind of simplifies it. And then it's gonna drop off here into the hook, or not into the hook, into the bridge. And I bring in the interstellar ambience again with the pad. And then the second 8 of the bridge, or second 4, I bring in all my drums except the kick and the 808. And then another riser right back into the hook. And then I did an automation clip with the master volume here, added an extra 8 bars at the end, and lowered the volume. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, comment down below, let me know what you want to see, let me know what you enjoyed, let me know what you didn't enjoy. And yeah, this is it. Thank you once again. This is your boy HABA, Nick, or HABA, and I'm out. Peace. Skrrr.